What are you doing, Zeb?
I'm dusting this off. It's been in the garage probably for about 4 or 5 months, maybe more.
It was a Waste Not Wednesday, but it needs clear wax. Then we got another piece over here, another Waste Not Wednesday. We're gonna redo the top. So today we're gonna show you how to redo the top of this and how to clear wax this and then stage it in the shop.
Yeah, we're just gonna be dodging between the snow here, no biggie.
It's no big deal. See all this dust? Zeb had the CNC machine explode 4 months ago, and we're finally cleaning out. So the first step with finally finishing this is it's gonna get sanded and then clear waxed. So 220 sandpaper, we're just gonna sand it. Now that it's all sanded, we're just gonna use DIY's clear wax and wax it, and it'll be good to go.
You can definitely see where you've put the wax and where you haven't.
Yeah, I thought this was paint blue, but we must have mixed a bunch of DIY paint to get this color because it's changing the color of the paint.
Yeah, I don't think it's paint blue.
But it's pretty close to it. So this must have been before cottage color, so it's old.
It's been in the garage a long time. I've moved it a lot. This little table just needed screwed together when we put it in the garage, and it never got there. The base is fine, but the top has been kicking around because it wasn't screwed on and had stuff bump up against it and leaning on things. So I'm just going to sand it real quick with some 220, not enough to pull that dark and decrepit off of there, and then we'll put a little bit more on, and that'll be good to go.
All right, now that we got the wax on, Zeb's just gonna buff it back, and then we can add another coat like next week if we need to. But the paint is so cured that one coat should do it. That paint ain't coming off.
No, I sanded it. It hardly came off.
DIY paint, its open time is for a long time. Like DIY paint, you can reactivate it a month later. But once it's cured, man, it's on there for the duration. Even sandpaper wasn't hardly taking it off.
This little piece here was all the way done, and then it sat in the garage for a long time. We even dark waxed it, crustied it up. It was going to be for Jamie's mom in between the beds, but we reconfigured the room, and it's been in the garage a long time. You can see it's had stuff set on it. It's got some scuffs, even a little bit of glue. So I'm just going to sand that off, re-wax this, and then this one will be good to go.
Like kind of heavier, I don't know.
You might have to do a couple coats. There was some gouges in it, and I had to go all the way down.
Okay, well, if I do one coat and then I come back and do another coat, I think we'll be good.
Well, and it's going to dry out pretty quick, even though it's cold out here. That sun's shining, and it'll dry up quick, so we can put a second coat on there fast.
I want to get it nice and smooth, and it'll level out too.
This is already pretty well sealed up from sitting so long, but since I sanded it, I'm just going to touch it up with some more clear wax. We'll let that sit a minute and buff off the excess, and this will be good to go. This finish isn't going anywhere. It was kind of a bear to sand off. Like the other piece, the DIY paint is clay based, and it's been sitting here a long time, and it's pretty well cured up.
So luckily we had the hardware saved in a Ziploc baggie in my hutch in the house because we have all the original hardware.
Yeah, it's good hardware, and to replace this would probably cost us like $50.
And the dark matches the inlay that we used. I think this one's like parasols. Can't remember. So it's all loaded up and ready for the shop.
We had a theme back in the day, salt wash in blue and salt wash in blue.
We still have the same theme, so let's get it in the shop. All right, Zeb's bringing in the first piece by himself. But the next one I'm gonna have to help, and I'm gonna get all breathy because it's heavy. Look how cute this is in the shop. So if I recall correctly, this is mint chip with salt wash, and then I did white swan, clear wax, and black wax. And then we just did copper on the handles, and it looks much better here than in my garage. All right, so now we're staging it all up. I'm using this runner just because the wax is really fresh. And then we'll just fill this all in.
Center of that?
I want it in the center of the piece, so it needs to go to the right a little bit. The center and no.
Oh, not on the wall?
Not the center on the wall, the center on the piece. And then pull forward. All right, now we need to stage it all in. Here it is all staged up and cute. And we just got to get a price tag on it. What do you think? You like it? I think that the color underneath that we mixed up, because this is a bunch of different colors, pairs really well with Farm Fresh.
All right, one more coat going on here just to even the tone out on top. It's wood and it's supposed to simulate wood grain or be close to that, so if it doesn't get complete coverage, it'll be okay.
It's like a water-based gel stain. If you've ever used gel stain, it's like clunky and whatever, but Dark and Decrepit, so much easier to use, and it goes over an existing finish. Zeb's going through the snow to get the cow poop off before he goes in the shop.
It's time to milk Buttercup, so I figure I just come ready.
So Zeb's gluing the base on. I think if we ship this... Oh, what did I say, gluing?
Yeah.
Screwing, gluing, whatever. It's screwing it on. This is actually a salvage top.
It's pretty much a salvage bottom too. The feet don't line up with the top. It's not square. These aren't even square on here. They're kind of...
Well, they're antique.
It's definitely handmade.
But we made it so that way if they put the chairs in, like, don't worry about the square. The feet are right. Ta-da! Look how pretty that is. We're not putting anything on it for at least a day. So we're going to go put it where it goes, and then we'll be done. We'll have got 3 projects, 3 thrifted projects out of the garage and finished. I asked Zeb if he needed help, but he apparently does not. And look, Eliza's working. Can you say hi?
Hi.
All right. This is the spot. Remember we had that magazine piece here. It's sold.
Hold on. This is wider than that.
Really? Are you sure? Did you check? We're going to have to move this piece over there because that one's too big, and then we'll move that piece over here. It'll all work out. It's like furniture Tetris. If you guys recall, we did this piece with Dark and Decrepit, and we've put a ton of decor on it, and it's holding up amazing. We're going to hold off putting anything on this for a few days, but once it cures, the Dark and Decrepit is awesome. And we didn't have to sand this down, so that's the best part. This is the corner now. We've got extra aprons here, apron on the mannequin, cute table and candle. I'll come back tomorrow and stage this up, but I really want to let that top cure before I put anything on it. But at least it's in the shop. Thanks for joining us today while we've been finishing up these projects out of the garage.
It sure is nice to have more room in the garage. It's been kind of just stacking up over there. Maybe we'll show you, maybe we won't. It's bad. It's the worst it's ever been.
If you guys want to use the paint and products or have questions on the clear wax or Dark and Decrepit, comment below. Visit JamieRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more
DIY.